Welcome everyone to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host, Michael Pickering. That's right. Lo-fi is in low fidelity, low quality, in your face, messy as can be global news show. Here we're going to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? And it's Thursday. Time for that Lo-fi global news, fresh off that press. Coming at us from the Africa section of Reuters. Bowing to pressure, Somalia's president agrees not to extend presidential term. Good news from Somalia, thankfully. We've been needing some good news outside of Fridays. So back on Monday, we talked about how fighting had erupted in the Somali capital of Mogadishu between the military and opposition forces from within the military, in opposition to the president trying to seize power for 2 more years. And thankfully, the president has finally backed down, so hopefully the fighting can stop, and civil war in Somalia can be avoided. But we still need to keep eyes open on this one, Lo-Fi listeners, because there's still a huge presidential crisis going on, and this small step forward only brings us back to square one with elections, which there are still major hurdles to get over with this one. We'll keep you updated for sure. Next up, source, the Middle East section of NPR. Afghan general says army will survive U.S. troop withdrawal. This one, we just kind of have to take it as it is. So the U.S. previously announced that the U.S. military forces will be leaving Afghanistan on September 11 of 2021. And the big question has been, can Afghanistan survive as a country? Will the Taliban take back over? Will civil war erupt once the West is gone? And for real, Lo-Fi Nation, it's a legit question. All of these are, even with more question marks behind those, really. I mean, additional peace talks are scheduled between the Taliban and the Afghan government. And the Afghan military here is saying that they'll be okay once the West leaves. There's about 4.5 months until that time. Keep your ears open for updates. There's lots going down. Now, moving forward, because we never move on from anything. Source, the BBC, Middle East section. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince seeks good relations with Iran. Now this one, I don't know if we can take it for anything, really. Because, I mean, really, Saudi Arabia Crown Prince, you seek good relations, but fund and support proxy wars against Iran in both Yemen and in Syria. We here at Lofi Poli Sci have a hard time believing this is anything more than, wait for it, bullshit. Yep, we're calling it. It's not too close to call. It's too obvious not to call. We'll keep a lo-fi, low-key ear open for this one, too. Just to see. Because peace is always better than the alternative. And our following story comes from the world of the AP. China to launch Heavenly Harmony Space Station Core Module. And it has begun. China says, if y'all won't let us play on the International Space Station, then we'll take our toys and build our own. And this launch here marks the first of 11 total launches that will culminate with the finishing of their own space station by the end of 2022. That's pretty incredible if you think about it. In about 1.5 years, China will have their own operational space station out there. And in about 1.5 years, there will be 2 space stations orbiting the Earth. Pretty crazy, right? How long will it take before there's 10, or 20, or even 30 space stations out there? How long will it take before corporations are launching their own modules to have their own corporate space stations? And you know that's coming sooner rather than later. And a last piece of news to send you on your way for the day, the sports section of Reuters. Because you can't have a global news show without talking at least a little bit about sports. The headline, Report, Broncos to acquire Teddy Bridgewater from Panthers. Now, after careful examination and about 3 minutes effort of decoding, I've decided this headline means that a wild horse, aka a bronco, somehow acquired a teddy bear after crossing a bridge over water from a pack of panthers. So many questions here. Number 1, I thought panthers were solitary creatures. I didn't know they ran in packs. Number 2, what is a pack of panthers doing with a teddy bear? Number 3, where did they get this teddy bear from? Number 4, what kind of condition is this teddy bear in? And number 5, How did the Bronco find out about it? I mean, really, Broncos and Panthers, I don't see them socializing. And number 6, finally, what did the Bronco have to trade to get that teddy after crossing a bridge over water? I think this headline makes more questions than it answers. But hey, that's what you get for us trying to do sports coverage. Am I right? And that's a brief snapshot of what's going on in the world today. Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci is out. Get at me for access if you want to read the issue or if you want to be a writer. Do you have top 10 ideas? Send them on in. Do you have good news to share? Share it with us. Are you interested in being a co-host, interested in the Flashcast, live stream, episode takeovers? Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Peace and well-being to all my human beings out there. Much love and always the best. Pickering, signing off.